In a world where strength defines destiny, one young man dares to dream differently. Meet Noel, a youth determined to surpass his legendary grandfather. But when he's labeled as the weakest talker class, he faces scorn instead of support. Undeterred, he vows to build the strongest clan and claim his title as the ultimate seeker no matter the cost. Will he rise as a feared master, or be consumed by the darkness of his ambition? Discover the gripping journey of the most notorious talker on his quest for power. The story begins with a place called the Abyss, created by a powerful force called mana. The Abyss connects the demon world to the human world. The stronger the connection, the more dangerous creatures appear. Next, we meet an old soldier holding a special relic. He pulls out a huge sword to fight off the monsters attacking his town and hurting people. Then, we're introduced to Noel, who is worried about his grandfather. His grandfather told Noel to stay safe inside a shelter, but Noel asks if he'll be okay. His grandfather promises to hold off the monsters until help arrives from the Empire. But Noel knows no help is coming. As Noel begins to cry, his grandfather reassures him not to lose hope. He calls himself Overdeath and vows to protect Noel with his life. Then he leaves to fight. Outside, Overdeath battles the monsters with all his experience, while inside, Noel is scared for him. Suddenly, Noel hears a loud explosion that destroys the whole town. He steps outside and sees his grandfather lying injured, barely alive. Noel is heartbroken. With his last words, his grandfather tells him that seekers like him are always close to the god of death. He asks Noel if he still wants to be a seeker. With tears in his eyes, Noel agrees and promises to become the strongest seeker ever. His grandfather smiles, says he loves him, and passes away. Noel then tells us his grandfather's name was Brandon Stolen, the greatest seeker known as Overdeath. 2 years after his grandfather's death, we see Noel with his team ready to fight more monsters. His team includes 2 boys named Lloyd and Walter and a girl named Tanya. Tanya uses her staff to fire a magic beam, while Lloyd and Walter slice the beasts in half. We learn that Noel has the weakest support role called the Talker. We're then told about a weak type of monster called the Lesser Vampire. It can't use magic, but the queen can make more in a short time. Tanya also explains that the monsters won't die unless their heads are chopped off. As Noel and his team move forward, Walter suggests they should go after the main body instead of fighting all the smaller ones. But Noel disagrees, saying it would be too hard for their C-rank team. He explains that if they take out the smaller ones first, they'll have a better chance of winning. Walter salutes Noel and agrees, praising his skills as a great talker. However, Noel feels sad because his role as a support character has the weakest fighting ability. Noel senses a monster nearby and quickly warns everyone to get down. But the beast attacks first, releasing poisonous gas. Noel's team tries to help him, but Tanya is suddenly attacked. Without Noel's buffs, Lloyd and Walter struggle to fight at their best, because Noel is still suffering from the gas. Walter yells for Noel to buff them. As Noel remembers his grandfather's death, he shouts at the beast and shoots his gun, while drinking a tonic to remove the poison. His team is shocked by his quick action. Noel faces the beast, ready to show how a talker fights. First, he activates his tactician skill, giving his teammates 25% more power with mana. He orders the boys to step back, and they dodge the queen beast's attack. Then, Noel uses his battle voice, giving everyone a 25% boost in mana and stamina. With this, Walter and Lloyd attack the beast. Sensing more monsters above, Noel buffs Tanya with peer support, helping her target the enemy's mind. He sets a timer and instructs Tanya to keep the barrier up while Lloyd and Walter keep dodging and attacking. Noel then stuns the beast with his words, causing them to fall to the ground. He uses his anti-beast weapon, creating an ice crystal, but one of the beasts escapes and rushes toward him. Noel realizes he only has 1 bullet left, and there are just 23 seconds until his buffs run out. He commands Lloyd and Walter to attack. Just as the beast gets close to Noel, Lloyd and Walter combine their strength and chop off the queen beast's head. The team is relieved, but then they're shocked to see Noel caught in the beast's attack. However, they soon notice the beast froze just an inch away from his stomach, then fell to the ground dead. Noel tells everyone the battle is over, but his team calls him reckless. Noel smiles and we flash back to his past where he's crying about having the weakest skill. His grandfather encourages him, promising to help him become the strongest seeker in the world. They all step out of the dungeon, and Noel looks at the sky, vowing to become the strongest seeker, even with his weakest skill. Next, we see the giant capital city called Velnet Empire. This empire is more affected by the Abyss than most places. They've developed magical technology by studying the beasts. Those who brave the Abyss and defeat the monsters become heroes in the eyes of the people. We then find Noel and his team celebrating with a feast after their successful mission. We briefly meet each character: Tanya, the healer Walter, the warrior, and Lloyd, the swordsman and their leader. Walter notices Noel's sad face and asks why he looks so down. He reminds Noel that it's not good to focus too much on money, just like his grandfather once told him. This brings back a memory of Noel's grandfather, who explained the importance of money and how it would help him become a great seeker. Noel responds, saying he's not sad, and calls Walter pathetic, which makes Walter angry. He accuses Noel of being a money seeker, which starts to hurt their team's reputation. This sparks a fight between Walter and Noel. Lloyd steps in to stop them, while Tanya calls them idiots. However, Lloyd gently tells her that both of them are precious comrades. Next, we see the team sitting in a park, splitting their money. After paying for their operational costs, they each get 250,000 fills, which offends Tanya, but Lloyd reassures her that they'll have a big mission next time and earn more. Noel adds that these types of tasks are rare and usually handled by the clans. He then asks Lloyd how much money their party has saved up. Lloyd replies they have about 12.8 million fills. Noel suggests they use that amount to form a clan, which shocks everyone. Lloyd reminds Noel that they need 20 million fills to create a clan in the city. Noel offers to contribute the remaining amount to help establish it. He explains that the city wants seekers to be attractive, young, and strong, which they already are. If they get a contract with the company, they can earn a sponsorship fee. Walter agrees with Noel's idea of building a clan in the city. Noel then asks Lloyd, as the leader, for his opinion and tells him he will quit the party and need his share back if they disagree. Lloyd thinks for a moment and agrees to create the clan, which surprises Tanya. He then asks Noel to discuss it further over lunch the day after tomorrow. Walter and Noel agree and head home. But before Noel leaves, Tanya stops him. After looking at him for a while, she wishes him a good rest. The next day, Walter rushes into Noel's room and breaks the news Lloyd and Tanya have betrayed them. They left the city with all their collected money. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more epic content. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't miss out on the next video. There's always more fun, surprises, and challenges ahead. Until next time, stay awesome and keep exploring.